How did Amy Westreicher die? Her remains were identified last week by authorities in Duchesne County, and while the sheriff's office has yet to disclose how she died in 2012, those close to her claim it was a murder, and they know who did it. For every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. Here's ABC4's Marcos Ortiz with tonight's Justice Files.
Amy Westreicher was staying with some friends when she suddenly disappeared. Now that her remains have been found more than a decade later, the question becomes, how did she die? Well, her friends have a theory.
Amy grew up in California, so sometime in the late 2000s, she moved to Roosevelt, Utah.
But Amy Westreicher disappeared in 2010 after living with friends in an RV trailer on this land, which is now vacant. For the past 12 years, her whereabouts remained unknown. That is, until last week. That's when the Duchesne County Sheriff's Office confirmed human remains found by a landowner were those of Westreicher's. Since Westreicher's disappearance, Connie Case, who befriended her, refused to accept that she just vanished.
It was a bunch of mixed emotions. First, I cried, and then it made me feel horrible knowing that we were so close and we just never found her. I mean, she was right there.
2 years ago, Case invited the Cold Case Coalition to the land where Westreicher was staying. She suspected that Westreicher was murdered by one of the two people she was staying with. The man told Case there was jealousy brewing amongst the women.
Girls started fighting, and Amy wouldn't shut up. She was just so annoying, he said. And so I threw her down on the bed, and I started choking her. I realized what I was doing, and I let her go.
He claimed Westreicher left the camper trailer right after that. It was in the middle of winter, and Westreicher was never seen again.
It did make it obvious that the story about Amy just choosing to walk somewhere in the middle of the freezing night made no sense whatsoever.
The Cold Case Coalition was also skeptical of the man's story, and in 2020 started draining the pond in search of Westreicher's body. But COVID-19 shut down their efforts to find her.
But Connie never gave up. She knew something had happened to Amy out at that camper. Connie just went pressing them for answers. And that's kind of how the story came out about admitting that he had choked Amy.
Case wanted Westreicher's family to know the truth behind her disappearance.
I felt relieved for her family. I was excited for her family that they could finally know what happened, know where she was at, instead of sit there and wonder.
Now that they have a body, authorities are trying to determine how did she die and who may be responsible. By the way, Connie Case did forward the name of the two suspects to the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office. For the Justice Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4.